today's video, we're gonna go full weeb in this third-person RPG anime take on a Souls game, known as Code Vein. Initially released on May 31st, 2019 with a worldwide release September 27th, 2019 on the PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Microsoft Windows. Code Vein was developed and distributed by Bandai Namco Entertainment. It was created using the Unreal Engine and helmed by the team that brought us the God Eater series. The story of Code Vein is an interesting one. It starts out with the main character, Yu, waking up in a post-apocalyptic city known as Vein, after turning into a blood-driven revenant who has forgotten all about its former human memories. Beings known as Revenants are former humans that have died and been infected with a parasite that turns them into supercharged vampires. Being turned into a revenant does come at a price, losing one's humanity, meaning they forget all their memories of what their life was as humans. To make matters worse, as with any other vampire lore, they must feed on humans' blood, otherwise they will see themselves go berserk and turn into demons known as the Lost. You'll play through the story as a revenant completely created by you, the player, and you'll work with a team of other revenants to uncover your past as well as theirs, while working to figure out the secrets and origins of revenants. The game has a really good character customization setup in the beginning of the game, especially for anyone who's a fan of the anime format. Your character's looks can be changed later on as well. Your character has a unique ability that sets them apart from the other revenants, which allows you to look into the past memories and revitalize the blood springs which the revenants feed off. Code Vein's combat is pretty advanced in comparison with other Souls games, which means that it lets you execute more interesting combos and actions mid-battle using abilities from your blood codes, the game's class system. The weapons in Code Vein have different moves and attacks that differentiate them from one another. Repeated damage can stagger enemies, giving you an opportunity for that much-needed killing blow. The weapon system in Code Vein is pretty straightforward. They have some unique visual designs, but as far as gameplay, they fall a little flat. The weapons don't feel like they have any weight to them, and in turn pulls away from the immersion of the game. You can choose from 5 weapon categories, and depending on which you choose, it may affect how you interact with gifts and blood codes. Of course, it also affects the weapon's speed and damage. You can choose from one-handed weapons, such as standard swords, two-handed weapons like heavy greatswords, two-handed hammers, which are slow and clunky, but deal a strong blow which have an easier time staggering enemies, bayonet rifles, which are designed for long-range combat, and then there are spears, halberds, and polearms for a mix between speed, range, and damage. Depending on which weapons you choose to combine with specific blood codes, it could enhance or hinder your combat, so make sure you pay close attention to this. You can buff your weapons or inflict damage to enemies using magic or gifts. You have a meter that refills as you deal damage in combat called Ichor, which allows for you to cast your gifts. The game plays like a normal Souls-type game, covering a wide area, looking for a missile, their version of a bonfire, and opening up new areas using shortcuts. However, Code Vein feels more linear compared to other Souls games. It doesn't feel like you can explore as much as you can in others. Code Vein also has some challenging boss fights, but the game seems to be designed around you to go out and fight with a companion. Although there are ways to venture out solo, if you do so, you'll miss out on a ton of character development and tips coming from your preferred companion. This personally isn't really how we like to play our Souls games. This is also strange to us as the multiplayer aspect seems to be lacking. You can set up a beacon to call in other players for a boss fight, but the co-op gameplay seems to end there. For a game that seems to want you to work in a group to progress, you would think that they would have incorporated a more compelling multiplayer mode. The game's music is pretty epic, and what you would expect from a Bandai Souls-type game. It adds to the intensity of the game in boss fights as well as the overall theme of the game. The music is well orchestrated, with blaring choirs, ominous tones, strong beats, hype organs, and more, making for a Heavenly Inferno-style soundtrack. We're all huge Souls fans and enjoy ourselves some quality anime, but for us, this one missed the mark completely. It didn't scratch the itch we look for when playing a Souls-type game. The game felt too linear and didn't seem to let you explore as much as we would like. The story failed to capture our attention and had characters we didn't really care about. Some of the bosses were fun and offered a unique experience, but nothing that felt truly memorable. Knowing that this is probably an unpopular opinion, the team gives the Code Vein a 2 out of 5 rating. With a game that struggled to hold our interest, we don't feel like there was much replay value here as you could find in other Souls-type games. We don't think this game is a complete waste of your time if found through similar titles or enjoy a good anime game, but we would suggest getting it on a sale price or through a game service such as Xbox Game Pass. As always, thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to this channel for more upcoming content. We'll see you next time.